Hello, everyone. Wrestling discussion here. So it's official. Drew McIntyre will be facing Jey Uso on the Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw on January 6th. Now, I gotta say, this is a pay-per-view main event quality one-on-one match anywhere. On any pay-per-view. Maybe except for Mania, but even now, it's getting close. So, the New Day come out to the open to start the show. And they're getting booed mercilessly, right? The crowd is heckling them. They're milking it. They're trying to talk, but every time they try to talk, the crowd boos louder, and the New Day milk it and sell it and sell it. Until finally Jey Uso's music hits. Crowd goes crazy. Crowd goes bananas. Jey Uso is a massively over babyface. He comes down, confronts the New Day. They try and talk to him and say, hey, we go way back. Kofi and Xavier Woods both say that. We go way back. Let's talk. Jey Uso sort of gives him a look of disgust, not really wanting to hear it, picks up the mic, says, only got one thing to say to you. New Day sucks. That's what the crowd's been chanting at the New Day. The New Day leave in shame, and here comes the new bloodline on screen, right? It's part of the truce, I think, with the new bloodline and Drew McIntyre. I like how they played this. They had Solo Sikoa in the spot of the tribal chief with the Ulafala around his neck, Tama Tonga to his right, Jacob Fatu to his left, and him and Jey Uso get into a promo battle. And they're going back and forth, and Solo tells him, hey, I'm going to take this Ulafala next week. I'm going to destroy Roman Reigns, and I will be your tribal chief. And you and everyone else will have no choice but to acknowledge me. Jey Uso puts him in his place, tries to. The Solo Sikoa and the new bloodline sort of disappear from the screen. And then as Jey Uso is distracted, boom, here comes Drew McIntyre, attacks him from behind. They get into a scuffle. He eventually hits a Claymore. He leaves. Runs, I should say he hit a Glasgow kiss. He sort of leaves like he's going to leave the arena. He's done with the segment. Runs back down, full head of steam. Hits a Claymore. I'd say I'm really looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be a great match one-on-one. My prediction, Drew McIntyre wins with help from the new bloodline. I think either Tama Tonga or Jacob Fatu interfere, thus giving Drew McIntyre the win. I think they're going to continue this story with the new bloodline versus the OG bloodline, and Drew McIntyre is going to be the ace in the hole for the new bloodline. Now, whether or not the new bloodline or Drew McIntyre interferes in the tribal combat match between Solo and Roman remains to be seen, but this Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre match is interesting. Makes you wonder if they take it to the Royal Rumble. Perhaps. Maybe they do Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso at Elimination Chamber. I'm very interested to see what Mania is. Drew McIntyre versus Roman looks like a real possibility at Mania. I wouldn't have thought that before. You know, at WrestleMania, I would have thought Roman versus Cody 3, Roman versus Punk, Roman versus Rock. I wouldn't have thought Roman versus Drew McIntyre. I'm ashamed to say I would have thought of that match as less than a few months ago, right? Just because of the way the storylines was building around. But right now, Drew McIntyre, man, you got to look at him as the top heel in the company, I think. I think he's more higher on the food chain as far as the heel-wise. I think he's better than Solo right now. I think he might even be better than Kevin Owens. Drew McIntyre is the number one heel in that company, in my opinion. But that's all, guys. That's all for this one.